If you've ever struggled to effectively manage or communicate your emotions, then welcome to the next part of my DBT series. DBT stands for Dialectical Behavioral Therapy, and it focuses on interpersonal effectiveness, distress tolerance, and emotional regulation. DBT gives you a series of acronyms to help you remember different tools in each of these areas. So today, for emotional regulation, we're going to talk about master, or more specifically, build mastery. Now, build mastery is twofold. You have the overarching theme of build mastery, which means that you want to engage in activities that you are a master at, or become a master at different activities. This more relates to like hobbies and becoming a master at little different things in your life. Because one, this is going to distract you from what's actually going on, which will also allow you to tap into your creativity, but it's also going to improve your confidence. Because when you become a master at something, your confidence is just going to skyrocket. That's just how it works. But the master part of build mastery is also an acronym that you can use to help you regulate your emotions. So M stands for mindful of the emotion. Your emotions are valid. They're not always accurate, but they are valid. And it's important that you take time to acknowledge and maybe even name the emotion that you're experiencing. By being mindful of the present moment and your emotions is going to be a lot more easier for you to push through it. The more you try to ignore your emotions and how you're feeling, the more they're just going to boil to the surface. But by being mindful of the present moment and acknowledging your emotions, you can start to work through them instead of them working you. A stands for act the opposite emotion. This is a really great trick because when we're overwhelmed or we're stressed, chances are we want to act out. We want to scream, we want to yell, we want to throw things. But by acting the opposite emotion, we elicit a different type of bodily response. Instead of acting out, we can choose to talk calmly or we can choose to act differently. And of course, this is going to change our outcome. S stands for self-validate. Like I said, your emotions and the way you're experiencing reality is totally valid. And it's really important that you take a moment to give yourself that validation. It's important that you recognize what you're going through and you give yourself the space and the grace to grow, to learn, and to just deal with whatever's going on. T stands for turn the mind. When we're struggling with our emotions or we're going through something, chances are we're ruminating. Chances are we're replaying over and over again what went wrong in our minds. Chances are we're replaying how we want the future to go in relation to the situation. But instead of harboring all that negative energy and thinking about those negative thoughts, turn the mind. Turn your direction, turn your focus to something else that's going on that's more positive. Focus on what's going on in the present moment. E stands for experiences, or more specifically, to build positive experiences. Think of your life as like a bank account of different experiences. And each time you have a positive experiences, your bank account goes up. It goes into the positive. But every time you have a negative experience, one of those positive experiences is taken away, like a withdrawal. When you focus on building more positive experiences, your mental bank account is going to grow. And it's like having cushion money. It's like having a little bit of savings in your bank account. It's okay when things go wrong because you have all these positive experiences to go off of. So one thing you want to do is keep adding positive experiences to your mental bank account. And R stands for radical acceptance. And this is probably the hardest part of this acronym. Our reality is what it is. Sometimes some things really is out of our control. Sometimes we really do have to wait a little bit longer for our realities to catch up with what we actually desire. So by practicing radical acceptance, you are working on accepting your reality for what it is in this current moment. All about acknowledging that sometimes there's just really nothing that you can do. And instead of beating yourself up or wishing and willing that it was completely different, you can practice radical acceptance, which is going to make it easier for you to just accept your reality and push through and do what it is you actually have to do in order to change your reality. As always, y'all, I hope this helps. If it did, please drop a comment down below to let me know. Stay tuned for the next part and good luck, y'all.